just greatness, man. We just want to make dope shit.
You can do whatever you want. The world is yours. And I'm telling the young cats of our generation, don't discriminate against anybody, because we're all one generation. And that's some important shit, yo. I mean, who would have thought a ghetto kid with gold teeth and French braids from the hood would be in vogue? I feel like anybody could do it, straight up. I wanted to prove to people that I can make a mainstream commercial hit without actually having to really like compromise my whole style and whatnot, because most people just try to fit into radio and whatnot or whatever is going on because that's what sells, obviously. When you take the initiative to go left, it's taking a big risk. I think it's one of those situations where you just put out the product and you got to see where the legacy goes from there. You know, I could say what I want it to be and what I hope it will be. You know, I'm successful up until this day by just doing what I feel is true to me. So I feel like if I continue to do that, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta do you.
Where would suit you and not what's trendy?
Yeah. Yeah. But the weird thing is, like, when we wear stuff that suits us and not what's trendy, it becomes a trend. So, you know, by default, you know, that might be confusing. You know what I'm saying? I would say just kind of like everybody's different. Everybody got like different body shapes and whatnot. So what I would say is like kind of like stick to what, you know, fits you best and what you feel comfortable in. Even if it's not in style, just wear whatever you feel cozy in.
I realized my whole life I just wanted to be a rapper like everybody else. And this is my story. I got a story that's similar to everybody's, you know, and here's my story about how I went from rapping, selling drugs, going to jail, doing fashion, all type of shit. Shit that I'm not proud of, shit that I don't like to glorify, and shit that I love talking about every day.
You know, I make music, so I know. It's cool, sometimes it's about the art. You know, not to be artsy-fartsy all the time, you know. I shouldn't just be identified as a rapper, because I'm not. You know, I'm an artist. You know, rappers rap, artists, they articulate. You know, I just want to be an artist and express myself. That's it. What I learned, cherish every moment and cherish everybody. Everybody's important, man. And it's not just because it sounds good and it's the right thing to say, but just if I'm going to keep it real with you, the cameras and this mic was off, I would tell you, man, like, everybody's important.
Right.
And I feel blessed. I'm happy to be here in 2015 and be able to be an artist that's, you know, respected for his creativity and his craft, you know, opposed to, you know, other things, you know, just the publicity stuff, you know. And that's why, you know, I didn't really want to touch on that other subject, is because it's just like, you know, for me, I want people to know that, man, putting this album out took a lot out of me, because, you know, I created it with Yams and he's gone, and, you know, there's nobody that could ever replace him. So I'm just trying to be strong. I don't think you ever get through these things. You're important, bro. You don't really think about you. You don't live. You don't take pictures, man. Why you never Instagram? Why you never show people like what your life is like? Oh, nah, I'm chill. Like, they'll see it when it's time, when I make my art. You're like, nah, you gotta live more.
Document.
Because now I'm looking back and I'm like, oh man, like I can only from like 2012 to like 2014, I barely got like any pictures with Yams and stuff. And now I'm looking back and everybody got pictures, and I'm like, the memories just stuck here. You don't need a big record label anymore to, you know, get exposure. You don't need radio. You need the biggest platform on the planet right now, which is the internet. As a rapper or as an artist with the internet, I can make my own label. You could do it yourself. I mean, obviously, you know, you might not have the money that those companies have, but trust me, there's a way. And like common sense, you'd be surprised how many people lack it, you know? And I used my common sense. And it led to me trying to use the internet as an outlet to market myself, to get my brand out there. I look at it like you should let the people choose. It's a day and age where everything is optional. You know, anything you need is at our fingertips, a click of a button.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So you should let the fans pick what they want as a single. You know, why should we drive like songs and program them into radio just to drive it into their heads? I mean, I think you should pick what people like and give it to them. Like, I can make my own label. You could do it yourself. I mean, obviously, you know, you might not have the money that those companies have, but trust me, there's a way. And I think it's obvious to them. I think it's obvious to the world that stuff like radio, stuff like, you know, the old marketing formulas, they don't apply to my generation. Man, our attention span, these kids nowadays, man, you gotta entertain them really quick or they gonna click to something else, man, you know. I mean, I can admit it. I'll get online and I start, you know, looking at ads and whatever, and I'm just closing out things. I really, if it doesn't spark my interest, if it's not funny, if it's not ignorant half the time, I won't watch it.